Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to install Exchange Server 2019 full step by step. So in these days most of the company or organizations are using Office 365 or any other online mail services like you can see GoDaddy mail services or Office 365 or Google mail services are very popular to host the email services on the cloud, which provide mostly zero downtime, you can say, and they are very cost effective also. But when you going to compare the online mail services with the on premises mail services, definitely for the long run the online mail services are going to be a costly if you compare with the on-premises. And also the second reason for hosting the on-prem exchange server is going to be a security. Like if you are any government organization, or if you are any like any organization which does not allow you to store anything on a cloud services, then definitely you require a on-premises exchange server to host your email services within the organization. So in this video we are going to see basically how you can install Exchange Server 2019 in your on-premises servers. So let's get started. So this is my demo environment. So I have created this demo environment very clean. So we have only two servers. The first server is going to be our Active Directory and DNS server, which is required to have the Exchange server on premises, and the second server itself going to be our Exchange Server 2019. So I have already deployed these two virtual machine inside my VMware workstation. So if I go here, you can see this is my VMware workstation, and I have deployed two virtual machines. So if I go to this machine, the first machine is a Win2K12 DC01. So this is basically my domain control. You can see labshands-on.com is my domain name, and you can see Active Directory and DNS role is on running on this machine. And also this machine is fully patched with the latest uh, latest Microsoft Windows patches. So this machine is ready to go. I have already installed Active Directory and DNS services, and if you want to install Active Directory and DNS services also from the start, you can go on my channel and you can find how to install Active Directory and DNS services on Windows Server 2019. So our main server is going to be this, which is Win2K19EXCH, which is going to be our Exchange server. So I have already joined this machine in my domain, and you can see I have configured the IP address 192.168.1.104. So both machine is configured as you can see here. So my Exchange server having 4 gig of 4 vCPUs and 32 gig of memory, you can see here. So it's running on VMware workstation, and you can see 32 gig of memory I have assigned to this machine. And now we can go ahead and do this installation of Exchange Server 2019 step by step. So there are some prerequirements for the installing the Exchange Server 2019. So the first thing, we need to install these three software packages on our Exchange Server. So the first one is install Microsoft.NET Framework 4.8. So I have downloaded all these prerequisites, you can see here. So I have downloaded the unified communication managed API version 4, and also Visual Studio 13. So I'm going to install all these three step by step, and then we will move it to step 2. So this is going to be a very straightforward installation for all these three applications. So the Visual Studio is very light, it's going to install within a second. And these two unified communication and .NET 4.08 is going to take some time. So if I go now on my add a remove programs, you can see what we got. So we got Visual Studio C++ installed now, and soon we will see like this Microsoft Unified Communication is also going to install. So these are the requirements which you must need to install on your Exchange server before you go ahead and run the Exchange server setup. And also I recommend you to go ahead and make sure your Windows is fully patched. So you can see here my machine is completely patched, and if you want to see here, you can see what all patches has been installed on this machine. So make sure you have completed like Windows patching for the machine before installing any application. And also if we are doing this in your basically in virtual environment, then I recommend you to go ahead and take the snapshot of the your virtual machine, so in case anything goes wrong you can come back on the previous snapshot and you can get your virtual machine running and you can try one more time. And most important thing, you are going to prepare your Active Directory and domains for the Exchange server. So these are the some commands which you need to run. So now you can see .NET Framework 4.a installed, so you can go ahead and click on finish, and now you can go ahead and reboot now. But I'm going to install this unified communication also and then going to take reboot. So just go ahead and install this last pre-required application also, and then you can go ahead and take the reboot. So now if you go here and refresh, you will see lots of other application is got installed, like you can see unified communication, Microsoft link service, boot up. So everything is going to be installed by default by using this unified communication. And now you can see you have to make sure everything got installed successfully. So you can see the installation is completed, so you can go ahead and click on finish. And now before you proceed further, you can go ahead and take the reboot once, and once the server is got rebooted you can go ahead and prepare your Active Directory and domains. So on Exchange server I have logged in with my basically my domain administrator account, and I have mounted the Exchange server 2019 installation media on my CD drive. So you need basically a domain administrator rights to run these commands along with the some schema rights and other rights. So I recommend you, if go ahead and run these command by using built-in administrator account from your domain. So this is I have logged in with my built-in administrator account for labshands-on.com. So if you go here, you can see if I type who am I, you can see I'm left hands on administrator, which is built-in administrator, and I need to go in D drive. So cd d colon, and now I'm in D drive. So if I browse here, you can see we got this small new Exchange server 2019 icon here, and you can see we have a here setup.exe file. So now the first command is going to prepare the schema, so I'm going to copy this command and just go ahead and paste it here and run this command. So this command is going to basically prepare the schema for the Active Directory to set the attribute. Basically it's going to prepare the schema to have a attribute added for the Exchange server 2019. So if you want to go in more deep, you deep to verify what it's doing, you can go ahead and check your schema, what the changes had been made after running this command. So this is going to run this is going to basically do some uh, addition to the your Active Directory schema, so you can get more attribute which is related to Exchange server. So this is going to copy some file and then going to run this command. So it's going to take some time. We need to sit back till the time these commands are going to be completed successfully. So you have to make sure these all three commands got successfully uh, completed without any error. Basically, in case if you are facing any error, then definitely you need to fix those error before you proceed further. And once all those error is fixed and you have completed all these three steps, or you can say prepare your domain infrastructure successfully, then you can only proceed to install Exchange Server. So here you can see the setup. Organization name I have typed here labs hands on. So whatever organization name or domain name you have, you can put it there. Okay, so you can get this error message because the Active Directory management tool is not installed on this machine. That's why you are getting this message. So to install the Active Directory management tool, I'm going to type one command here which will do the installation for the Active Directory management tools. You can also see from here it's asking to add the Windows component which is not installed. So I'm going to run this command, install Windows feature harass adds, so which is going to install the tool for Active Directory management. So you can see this is going to collect the information and going to install required tools, and then we can go ahead and try to run this command again. So basically, if you are running, if you can run this command on your domain controller also, because this is only going to prepare your Active Directory for the Exchange. So I recommend you to go ahead and run this command on Active Directory, and if you are running this from your Exchange server, then definitely you need to install the Active Directory management tools. So the installation is succeeded now, so you can see the success is true, exit code is succeeded. So we got remote server administration and Active Directory tool. And now I'm going to try one more time to just make sure this preparation is going to be successful. So hopefully now we will pass the we will complete this step successfully and proceed further with the second command, which is prepare organization basically. So you can see now performing Microsoft Exchange Server prerequisite check. So it's completed, and now it's extending Active Directory schema. So this is not going to take long now, should be finished within a minute. So I recommend you to always have a look on the error warnings or the error logs what you are getting on the while running your commands. And if you are running some script, always look on the errors. So errors is always going to help you to identify what is the issue, um, or which is basically causing your script or your commands to fail. So in this scenario, we can see here it's given very clear like this tool is not installed. So I have just installed that tool and now running the command. So now you can see this command is completed successful. Now we can proceed with the second command to prepare organization, prepare AD. So now you can see this is going to prepare our Active Directory for the organization name labs and so on, and go ahead and hit enter. So just for your information, I am installing Exchange Server 2019 cumulative update 6 unattended setup. Basically, why this is important, the cumulative updates, because it's always going to, when you are going to download any Exchange server, it's always going to be come with the CU version, like a cumulative update. And definitely Microsoft is going to release more updates related to cumulative updates. So if you are running this is going to be a kind of, you can say, the critical updates when you are running on the cumulative version 6 and you are trying to install the latest cumulative updates. So it's definitely going to be a big task. So I recommend you to make sure what type of cumulative update you are running and going to install. So I recommend you to go ahead and check on Microsoft website, and whatever updates Microsoft is providing, I recommend you to go with the at least n minus 1. So if they are providing like version 6, you can go with the version 5 or version 4, but not less than that. So now you can see organization preparation is also completed successfully, and now we can go ahead and run our last command, which is going to prepare all domains. So now this command is basically, if you have a multiple domain infrastructure running on your Active Directory, it's going to prepare your all your domains. So let's go ahead and hit the enter. So this is going to run again, and once this is successfully, we can directly go ahead and run the Exchange Server 2019 installation. So just wait for a few more moments, then you should be able to get this command also completed successfully, and then we will run the setup. So most of the thing if you have completed these first and second step successfully, like step 1 and step 2 successfully, the step 3 is basically completely automated. You don't need to require multiple things to be done during the installation wizard. You just need to click next, and the installation is fully automated, so it's going to install everything automatically. So now you can see here this is also completed. So the Exchange Server setup operation completed successfully. Now we can go ahead and close this PowerShell window, and now I'm going to run the setup.exe file. So you can see now Microsoft Exchange Server 2019 community version update 6. So let's go ahead and check for the update. So I don't think it's going to find anything, so you can say no update found, click next, and now it's basically going to copy the files to the local machine, and then it's going to run the setup from there. So this is going to be take few minutes. So now this is completed and you are on the introduction page. So welcome to Microsoft Exchange Server. If you want, you can read this all what Microsoft Exchange is about, and just click next, and then you have a legal agreement. So I'm going to click I accept, so click next, and then recommended settings. So for basically you can go with the recommended setting, which is going to be a Exchange Server will automatically check for the solution and counter. So it's upon your wish. If you want to go with the recommended, you can go ahead. So I don't have any problem to go with the recommended setting. So click next, and now the server role. So if you have a multiple server, you are designing multiple servers in Exchange farm, then definitely you can assign any specific role. But in my scenario, it's going to be a mailbox, which is going to be a uh, uh, all like management tools and everything. So now you see here a small icon which is going to say automatically install Windows Server roles and feature required for the Exchange Server. So if you go ahead on check on Microsoft website or any other websites on the internet, who is going to tell you how to install Exchange Server, they will install all the prerequisites role and feature manually before running the Exchange Server. But I don't recommend it. If since the Exchange Server setup will take care of everything itself, so why we should install it manually. So I'm going to mark here. So now you can see I have not installed any roles and feature on my Exchange Server. This is going to be installed by Exchange Server setup itself. So make sure you mark, click next, and this is the installation setup where we are going to install. So if you wish, you can change the setup Exchange Server installation folder. So click next, and now this is our labs hands-on organization in Exchange organization. So if you want to apply the split permission, you can apply, but there was some basically some you can say requirement if you want to enable or not. So I'm not going to enable it. Just go ahead If you wish, you can do it later on also. So I'm going to click on next. Now it will be ask you about the malware protection settings. So disable malware scanning, yes or no. So I'm going with the no option. So internet is required to download the latest anti-malware engine and definition. So you can go ahead and click next now. And now you can see it's configuring the prerequisites. So it's going to basically check all the prerequisites like application installed on this machine or not, and mm, and basically what you say the application roles and features which is required by the exchange server itself, it's installed or not. So it's going to take care of everything, and whatever is missing information or missing software, it's going to install those and going to give you all information if we are good to go ahead and install the exchange server or not. So it's basically going to kind of pre-check everything, your server and environment, if we are ready to host the exchange server services on this machine or not. So this step is going to take some time. It's going to take um, 1 minute or 2 minute, might be some it's depending on your how the compute is assigned to your exchange server. It's going to depend on those parameters, so sometimes it's going to take time. So you need to make sure you stay standby and wait for the wizard to give you the information. So now 47% is completed. So you can see the computer will check when verify setup can continue. So now you can see prerequisite analysis is 100% completed, and we got install button. And now if I go here, you can see on the server manager we got is installed. So basically the this exchange server prerequisite is always going to take care of what needs to be installed, and if anything missing a part of these software which we have installed like unified communication and Visual Studio, it's going to take care of those things. So go ahead and click on install, and now you can see this is going to uh, 13 step for the installation of the exchange server. So step 2 is running, so it's going to run one by one all the steps and going to complete exchange server installation by itself. So you don't need to do it anything else during the installation while the installation is running. Once the installation is running, you will see the installation is completed successfully, and you can go ahead and launch the your exchange server administrator console. So I'm going to pause the recording here, and once the installation is finished, we will resume from there. Just to show you, we got on step 8 of 13. So its setup is still running. It's approx 10 minutes now from now. We pause the recording. So I guess it's another going to take 5 to 10 minutes to get the installation complete. So pausing the recording once again, and once this installation is finished, I will resume from there. So now congratulations, setup has been finished successfully. Now the exchange server installation has been completed, and you can see here to complete the exchange server installation, Microsoft reboot the server. So you can go ahead and launch the administration console also, but I recommend you to go ahead and reboot your server before launching the administration console. So since this is a demo, I'm going to launch it without rebooting. So you can see this is our exchange server name, and it's going on HTTPS. So it's going to take few seconds to give you the exchange server administration console login page. So here you go, you can see exchange administration console, and now I'm going to log in with my domain administrator account, administrator, and password for my account. Oops, administrator and password. So now it's loading the Exchange Admin Center. So also you can see here we got Office 365 also. So we got hybrid also. So if you want to configure Office 365, basically a hybrid Exchange server environment, you can go ahead and configure it also. So from here you can see I got only one recipient, which is administrator at labs and so on. And you can, if I go to server, you can see this is my Exchange server, where you can see here server, and this got the mailbox role and standard trial edition. And if you have a product key, you can go ahead and enter now and make this server licensed with the required key. And also you can see the database, Exchange database server, which is basically itself. You can see here server name Exchange Win2K19 exe, which is exch, which is our basically Exchange server itself. And this is all. And if you want to install a certificate, you can go ahead and install a certificate also. So pre-install certificate, you can see it all already there, so it's valid for 2025. So this is about all about installing and installing Exchange Server 2019 step by step full. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe me for more videos. And if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post them in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.